into the Oeilvert tree proper. The last time I did this run, I managed to get through here with only 3 encounters, which is incredibly amazing. But I wasn't going to go for that this time. I decided I'd have a maximum of 5 encounters. The guide allows for 6, but I thought that was a bit excessive. Figured 5 would be a good acceptable maximum for me. Should be able to get through this first screen without an encounter, so I just kept resetting until I did. And then we've got a few things to do while we go down the tree. There's some treasures we need to make appear, and then of course we need to collect them all. Now that we hit this switch, we need to go back to the previous screen. And here's the first encounter. Now, one thing that we need to do is we need to get Dagger zombied before we get to the forced encounters. And that will happen when we encounter a Draco zombie. But for now, since this isn't a Draco zombie, we just flee. Here's an unlucky encounter very soon after starting the screen, so that's unfortunate. However, it's a Draco zombie, which means it's time to get Dagger zombied. First we throw Tent at the Draco zombie until it succeeds. And got it first try here, so that's great. Then I need to KO everybody except for Dagger. Now, one little snag I ran into is that with the way I set up my characters, Zidane and Eco cannot KO themselves in one hit. So I had to improvise a little strategy for that. I can't just knock everybody out with a spell from BB because Dagger can't absorb any elements right now. And it used zombie breath before I was ready. But fortunately, it chose the right target. So this fight was over very quickly. It's a good chance for me. Now I revive and heal Zidane so he can flee from any battles. Because while with Dagger's Robe of Lords, she can actually survive one hit from any physical attack, including Strober's Sweep, which is really nice. She can only survive one such hit. So I want to make sure Zidane is able to take hits for her. So again, we just flee from the encounter. If Zidane had been knocked out there, then I could have just had Dagger throw a soft to end the battle. So now that I got all the treasures in the previous screen, I can head back down again and get another encounter. It's another Draco zombie, but I'm already set up with zombie, so just flee again. I was very fortunate in that I was able to get through all of these encounters very quickly. Apart from the obvious Draco zombie, none of these enemies ever got a turn before I was able to flee. So it was nice that I could get through all those quickly. And since that was the 5th encounter, I went ahead and entered the menu and revived Eco and VD. Because I wasn't going to accept another encounter after that. So now the part with random encounters is over. Next we have some forced encounters. First one is against zombies, which is where you really need to have a character in zombie status so we can avoid gaining experience. Because trying to cast Stomp on these things will not have a very good effect, since you don't have very long before they tend to kill themselves. Now, recall that I activated Concentrate on Dagger in the previous segment. Here's where that comes into play. I'm having her and Eco cast Kira on all the zombies. That way they will all be taken out in 2 hits. This saves a bit of time, since I only have to use 2 offensive spells instead of 3. And now that Dagger's wearing the coral ring, I can safely have BB take out the party with Thundara. And there they go. I strongly recommend that you do not try that without a Robe of Lords, because you'll almost certainly underdamage on at least one of the zombies, and Dagger can easily get knocked out without the defensive capabilities of the Robe of Lords. And now also, thanks to the Robe of Lords, I didn't bother reviving anyone here, because Dagger can survive anything the Draco zombie can throw at her, except for zombie breath. So I was willing to take a bit of a chance there. And that one's already over now. Spent so much time getting the Robe of Lords, it's nice to have it save me back some time. pick up the last couple treasures. One of which is the Brigandine, which is extremely useful since Zidane finally now has access to ability up. So now I can prepare my party for what's coming up next. First, I need to make sure to deactivate Concentrate before I revive Zidane, so that he can have exactly 37 HP. That way he'll be able to use Lucky 7 later. And with that done, I can set up my party to take advantage of Soul Cage's AP. And now we have this game's Undead Boss. Just like with previous Final Fantasy games, you can kill the Undead Boss just by chucking an elixir. Unfortunately, it got a turn before me and cast level 5 Death, which is a big waste of time, but oh well. What's really unfortunate is that if I had gotten into the turn before it cast level 5 Death, I would have actually saved time over my previous run in this segment. As it is, I lose 10 seconds. But that's nothing to be concerned about, really. Now we head back to Madansari. Make sure I save after that very good Oeilvert run. Before I do, we're going to go exchange the 4 colored stones for a moonstone. get out of there without any encounters, and then save again on the other side.